Oh, why do I start like that? Hello. Anyway, sorry.
Welcome to the inside of our new caravan. I'm going to give you a quick spin around the joint, show you what it's like before we get too damn dirty in here and the kids mess it all up. So I'm going to start at the front and work my way to the back because then I won't forget anything. All right, spring around here, Beck. So up the front, look at this, mate. Queen size mattress, massive windows either side, so much airflow, and a 4 seasons hatch up here. If you don't know what they are, they've got like 4 little windows and you can open them to like a rain setting, full weather setting, where you can shut them right down, plus they let light in. So really good. Big window at the front. I will never own a caravan that doesn't have a big window at the front, because the amount of free camping we do, you open that up and the others, and it just creates this awesome nice little draft through, and then it saves you on power from running fans and all that sort of stuff. Not only that, you get some wicked views out the front as well when you're parked on the beach and stuff. So laptop pockets either side. They've done a really good job here where they've like upholstered the whole side of the cabinet, and then nice big pocket here. Best place we've ever found to store our laptops on the road, because you don't have to worry about them shaking around and breaking and hitting anything else. Tucked away in the front there, you can't really see it, but there's a nice little nook, and it's got 240 volt power and 12 volt sockets, and you can hide. Well, Beck just would have showed you my condoms. So, well done. That's one thing on my list, is to go and get the snip, so I don't have to run condoms anymore.
This is awkward.
Yeah, right. All right. Where was I up to again? Hurry. Let's keep going before I forget what I'm doing. The TV is on a bracket. It's a 12 volt telly, runs on 240 as well. And up here, I've got a nice little cupboard where I store a little bit of grog, and you've got your power point and your antenna point, that sort of thing. Storage on the other side. So underbed storage, I'll give you a quick look. There's heaps of room under here where we store all our bits and bobs and whatever the stuff we don't normally need all the time. And then in the top corner there, the hot water system access hatch, because we moved it to the front. Normally they put them under the seats, but because we've got so much bloody battery gear under there, we've had to move it to the front. But it's worked out really well. We've got a nice little extra bench top on Beck's side there, and we like it. It's really good. Mattress wise, of course, we upgraded to a better mattress because we live in it. Standard caravan mattresses are really uncomfortable, so it's worth the extra upgrade. I'll get a bit of footage of what it is, the brand of it, but it's an upgraded mattress from the factory. It's about $1,000, but worth every cent. It's bloody comfortable. It's really comfortable. Extra fans. They always run a normal Sirocco fan up here, but like, because we free camp so much, we love being nice and cool, we've run another one here. If I haven't showed you these before, they're bloody sick. Sirocco fans, they spin every which way, this way, that way, and they got 3 different fan speeds. They're super quiet, and they use stuff all battery power, so that is brilliant. Keep moving down this way, Beck. I'll work my way back. The door's pretty cool. It's a split door, so you got security screen, insect mesh there, and then you can shut the outside one. Plus you've got a little blind on there to block it out. That's been pretty good. I like it. And then another magazine pocket up there. We keep hats and keys, and we're yet to add a key holder up here, but we will do that. The lounge area, this one here, we've got a big drawer under there, which is nice. I know a lot of vans have little footstools and stuff that come off there. I'll give you a hot tip. Kids break them within 5 seconds. So a drawer for us is much more usable and storage. And I'll lift these cushions off here in a sec and show you the Starship Enterprise that is under those, because there is some serious gear under there from EnerDrive. Power points and 12 volt to USBs and cigarette lighter sockets throughout the joint. There's one there, another one. I'll point them out as we go through. There's plenty of power points and that sort of stuff. Food storage, pantry stuff, right? In here, the first 2 have got dividers in them, which means you can stack more stuff in there, and then the last one hasn't got the divider, so you can put taller bottles and packets and whatever else, and sauces. Yeah. So it just works really well, we found. The table is sick. We love this pedestal style table. There's a little lever here that you pull, and that can go in, out, up, down, all this sort of stuff. And then you press the button, and that there can actually push all the way down and create another bed or a little movie area for the kids. Plus it gives you more area to walk around. Super stable, and we really like that. So come up here, Beck, and spin back around the other way, because this is Beck's favourite part of the van. But look at the furniture, like the timber bench top, they call it a waterfall effect. I still haven't figured out why, because there's no...
It looks like a waterfall.
How?
Like, it goes...
But anyway, it's called a waterfall bench top. It's bloody beautiful, and it runs the length of this, and we've got so much bench space. Now, we caused a bit of a hoo-ha with our design, because a lot of other Desert Storm owners don't have the extra bench space, but I'll show you that why. We lost it up here. We've made our ensuite a bit smaller, because we're never in the ensuite, you know? You go to the toilet, you have a shower, that's it. We don't need much space in there. But this has created so much more room and all these extra drawers. And swinging here while I'm here, if you've ever caravaned, you know how annoying it is, right? Hang on, back up here. Yeah. When you don't have somewhere to put your rubbish. Like generally we've always got one on the floor and you're kicking it around the floor like a soccer ball, dragging it in and out of the way just to put your rubbish somewhere. Well, Beck and I and the designers have come up with this idea, a household bin, a double jobby on soft closed drawers. And then it works really well. While we're prepping dinner, you can just leave that popped and then just like put stuff straight in the bin, kick it shut with your knee. It is brilliant, mate. This little space is fantastic. And it's the first time we've had a kitchen on our awning side, and we're yet to use it because we're stuck in the one spot. But it's going to be really cool to have everyone outside, and Beck can pass stuff out, or we can talk through the window. I really like that idea. So cupboards up here, more food storage and stuff, plus your TV antenna that you can wind up and down. And this one here is pretty cool. This is what tells us what's going on with all our battery system. Got hot water switches, which is electric and gas, water pump, and then our inner drive, that's our inverter control. I'll talk more about that in another vid. Marine, that tells us what's going on, what's coming in and out of our battery, plus our battery health, and the same with the ePro battery monitor. I've got some cool functions and new stuff in this van that I'll go into a bit further down the track when I'm showing you the battery system. So, but that's nice, everything's up there, so it's all nice and neat. Microwaves up here, which is cool, out of the way, doesn't take up your storage space down here. And your cooktop, look at this. You don't lose any bench space because you've got a nice recessed cooktop. 3 gas, 1 electric, and then a grill. That's all we use. We don't run an oven, we just use a barbecue, and we find that we've never, I don't know, we might occasionally use an oven if we had one, but they really heat up the inside of your van.
Yeah, but we just use the barbecue.
We do, we use the barbecue. And check this out, but if we had an oven there, we would lose the best storage drawer in the van. Your pots, your pans, your big Tupperware, that sort of stuff.
So good.
That is brilliant. Where else would you put that if you didn't have a nice big drawer? So we love that. Moving on, we got the black pack in this van, which means black tapware, black sinks, and I think it goes really well. Beck,
it looks just ultimately sexy.
It does look sexy. And Beck chose the colour scheme in here. So yeah, she can take credit for that. She's done really well. So that she got to choose this, the frosty white sort of splashback, and the black pack. I reckon it's beautiful. I love it. It's so good. There's so much space. Under here, there is more storage, right? And all your plumbing and that, but it's also a water filter. I want to show you this because this side is your normal, hot and cold, and then this side is a water filter. And it all comes out the one little tap. And underneath there's just a spin-on filter that you can change the cartridge out every now and then. So I love it.
That's the kitchen.
That's the kitchen. Here's another TV point with power and that. You can hang it off here if the kids want to watch it down here. Anyway, swing around to the fridge and the aircon too. DOMETIC Harrier. This is the 3rd time we've had one. I really like them, okay? They're quiet, they're powerful, and they're an inverter style aircon, which means we can run it off our battery system if we want to. Yes, they do use a lot of power, and it's limited in how many hours you can run it, depending on solar and all that sort of stuff, but it's been really handy to have over the last few years, just to be able to cool ourselves down at night when we're free camping in super stinky hot situations. And also on cold mornings, we can run it reverse cycle and just warm the van up for half an hour, as we don't run a gas heater or a diesel heater, because generally we follow the sun. Dry season, chase the weather, so we're never really in cold enough situations. Let's go, the fridge, compressor style fridge, which means it only runs 12 volt and 240. It doesn't run on gas because the battery system's big enough in capacity to run it. And yeah, when we're on a powered site like now, it just automatically switches and runs off 240. 220 litre jobby, which means it's pretty much floor to ceiling, and you've got a huge freezer and a huge fridge. The last fridge we had was the 180 litre style of this same fridge, and it was just a little bit smaller, and we found we were starting to sort of look for more fridge capacity now that the kids are getting older and we're doing more trips away and away from grocery stores and that sort of stuff. Below down here is a water pump and a toaster and a sandwich press. There you go. But
Just randomly bought those the other day.
in there, so speaking of water pumps, underneath there is 4 water tanks, 4 85 litre water tanks, two in front of the axles, 2 behind, and they're split. So the 2 in the front are joined and the 2 in the back are joined. And on this, there's little valves, so I can either draw from the front tanks or the back tanks. So, you know what I mean? If maybe one day if we had to fill up with really shit water, that way I could just fill 2 of the tanks with it, and we could, you know, then you can separate them. That way you're not sort of contaminating everything, and you can just flush out a couple of tanks. Or you could store a couple as like super good fresh drinking water, and a couple as whatever, bore water, that sort of stuff. So it's a good option for us anyway. Righto, while we're on the scheme of the roof and everything, I've talked Harrier and fridge, but come back here, we didn't talk about this.
We didn't.
This is a new addition for us. If you've watched our videos over the years, one of the things we've struggled with a lot is dust. It's like when you get on them outback roads and that, caravans do not like dust. Well, the interior does anyway, and it makes Beck cry. So we had to do something about it because we've had too many times, and mate, it's a pain in the bum. You're outside taping everything up, you know, sealing everything, and you have to do it because it can really ruin your holiday if you dust your van. But this thing here, it's called a caravan. Now we were going to run, DOMETIC have brought out a new one called the DOMETIC DRS, which is dust reduction system. We were going to fit that. It's a lower cost alternative, and it still provides like a ram style effect to positive pressure your van and keep the dust out. But there's a few restrictions on how you can fit it to your roof, and unfortunately the real estate on our roof didn't allow it to be fitted. So we didn't have the right space to put it to meet the requirements for it to work properly. So we've gone this one. Yes, it cost us a bit more, but what it is, there's a big, I'll show you on top, but there's a unit on top with a filter in it, and then a big fan in here. And you can feel that. It pumps in. I'll look up the specs for you, but what it does, when you've got all your windows and doors shut and everything, it puts positive pressure in here, which means there's always going to be a little bit of air pushing out of any leaks or seals. So that means dust can't come back in the other way. So I can't wait to test it out, because if it, mate, it's a game changer, and we can just bang down dirt roads.
And then when she walks in the
and the good thing, talking of dust, on the back of this fridge, I'll show you on the outside. Normally you'll see caravans just have vents. This has got hatches, like your normal sort of little hatch with a seal. Because it's a compressor style fridge, we don't need so much airflow because we've got a big cavity behind there. Plus we've got a whirlybird on the roof which draws the heat out. So we can seal those up, which means you don't get dust coming in. And then on hot days you can just go and pop them open, and they open up anyway. Righto, microwave lives up here, standard, I don't know, works off the inverter, all that sort of stuff, runs a treat. Love the sink, love this. Oh, come down, let's go. Now the kids' bunks, we had them widened by about 100 mil. Normally they run about level here with the fridge, but it's their space, mate. We like to have them a little bit more. They're already limited by height because we've got 3 bunks, so we try and make it as wide as possible. And the only criteria is that you can still walk through here without having to step sideways, you know, and it works. We like it. Ladder for the kids, 3 bunks. They've got a Sirocco fan at either end, at their foot end, and then 240 and 12 volt sockets at the other end, and a light that's just all dimmable. Anyway, swing in here, babe. I'm going to show you this. Well, we've got this big mirror because Beck, stand back there, I'll be able to see you. She wanted to be able to see yourself, didn't you, dear? And get dressed and everything.
I did. See, I've never had like a full-length mirror before. So I wanted this full-length mirror, but I'm now wishing I didn't go down that avenue, because now I have to stare at myself all the time.
She spends too long staring at herself. But there's 3 big drawers. So this 1, 2, 3 is the kids, and they're all like, so Jack, Billy, Charlie, same as the bunks. They line up. That just works a treat. Watch your head, Bill. Can I open this? You're going to get squished. In here, just a bit of an odds and ends cupboard, board games and school stuff, and then undies. Socks and jocks and undies. But this here is a treat. What do you reckon this is? Hey? This is a laundry hamper. So, and it made
super good.
Same as what we talked about with the bin. Otherwise you've got a laundry hamper kicking around, sitting in your shower, choking up your ensuite. This here, bang, throw it all in. It's really big enough to fit 3 or 4 days worth of rubbish in. Sorry babe, go.
No, you're right. It's really good because I can stand here and I can just pop it straight in my
washing machine
there. So it's in a really good little spot.
And then we can just tuck it away.
Yeah.
So we love that.
I'm wishing now I just got a 4th drawer.
Yeah, so she didn't have
Instead of
to. I think you'll like the...
But I do like it because it opens it up and makes it look a lot lighter.
So swinging here, this is our ensuite. On the way in, I'll tell you what we've done here. You'll notice that there's no door, right? So peeing up, all we've done is just taken the door out and just run the frame. Now, and we've also, like I said, we've got more bench space because we made this, I think it was 200 or 250 mil or something, smaller, because we really didn't gain anything by having that little bit extra in there. So we've changed that up and it's worked really well for us. Get your feet off there, you grub. And then it allows us to get in here easy because otherwise there was just another shower screen door and frame here and it made it too pokey to access. And then if you can imagine, try and visualize another shower screen door here opening, like
swinging out
it just made it was too much. But we love this. This has worked really well. So come in here, I'll show you a couple of hatches, just Ranger hatches, and you've got exhaust fans and lights on each one. The little mini Daewoo, that's our washing machine.
It's 2 kilo.
2 kilo or 2.5, something. And then DOMETIC toilet. So this is cool. I won't show you in the bowl, but they got a ceramic bowl in these DOMETIC dunnies. So it makes it heaps easier to clean, and apparently they're lighter as well. But yeah, so that you can clean them like a home toilet. And to tell you what, it the good stuff actually slides down the hole easier than the old plastic one. So a little sink in here, storage down below, storage up the top for all Beck's stuff. Anyway, and I'll show you this Fusion Lock stuff. We got one here and there's some in here. Bunnings do this stick-on stuff because you're always looking for more storage. Jump in here, I'll jump in as well. Come in after me. Here we go. Black pack continued, black shower frame, black tapware. And then swing in here, babe. This is that Fusion stuff. So Bunnings, they're like 30 bucks. They're not cheap, but you use a little suction thing and put them on, and they're the best sort of one we've found for extra storage. And how good for us? It's black. It matches our interior. Another hatch, another light, another fan,
and just down the bottom there.
and another one down there for the kids, and my dirty footprints on the thing. And down here, this is great. See, there's a little lip there. Means this bit always dries out and it drains into the corner. So I'm pretty damn happy with that. And this shower thing. This one here, I know it might not seem like much, but a rubber hose stops abrasive stuff scratching up your shower screen there, and then it moves up and down. So it fits everyone, and a little button on your head changes the pattern to light and pressure, so you can wash your hair, and it's bloody beautiful. It's so nice to have a shower in here, and it's big.
Yeah, I'll just put this down here for you so you don't...
chuck down so I can walk out. So come out of here, and then that, my friends,
is the ensuite.
Is the ensuite, and that is our van. So now I will pull this up and I'll show you that because I love it and everyone's going to love it. I'll show you a bit more inside of that, but hope you enjoyed that. That's a tour of Beck and I showing you around the van and the ins and outs of it, and hopefully it gives you a few good ideas about what you might like to do for your own van, because I don't know, it's this really nice space.
Yeah, we feel really content in here.
It's good.
It's warm, I don't know.
And it's big enough. The big thing for us, we were really tossing up going a 22.6 or a 23 footer. I had to talk Beck out of it, and I'm glad I did, because yes, like it'd just be bigger again, but we don't need it. Like for the 5 of us, we generally live outside a lot, and to have it so functional and spacious in a 21.6 not only saves us on length and towing it around, but weight as well, and price. So there you go. That's our 21'6" Desert Storm on the inside. Let's have a look at the batteries. Righto, so this is where all the good stuff lives, and also you can see how the table goes right down, so you can make the bed or a movie area. Anyway, I'll pull these two off so I can show you this. What are you up for, kids?
Kids everywhere.
We're going to watch a movie while we finish this. There you go. Righto.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Super patient.
So in here, look at that. All the battery gear for the whole van lives under the lounge here, which is, guess where? Directly over the axles. So how good's that? Anyway, I'll get up here and show you this end. That's all right. What we've got in this van is a 400 amp hour off-grid system that I'm quite happy to have our name to. So we've teamed up with Enerdrive and created a couple of options, and they're called Trip in a Van systems. So I'll be able to drop a few links into you in the vid for you to check them out. But it's tried and tested by us, and well, pretty much it's designed by the Enerdrive guys, but off the questions we asked them and said, can you build this for us and what we need to do? And they've bloody well done it. So in here, look at this, the 400 amp white pack. So this is the battery. So see this white box here?
Yeah.
It runs the width of this. So if you move your van, there you go. It's that wide and it runs all the way up here. So in there's just a heap of lithium cells that add up to 400 amps, but it's one battery. And there's another option, you can run the BTECs like I've got in the Ute and parallel them, or just have one smaller system, all that sort of stuff. And then this board is done by Enerdrive and sent already done down to the caravan manufacturers, which means there's no room for stuff ups. So you don't get any annoying niggling issues by someone who hasn't fitted one of these systems before, because all the hard work's done, put on a board, made to size to go wherever you want it to do. So we're loving it. To start up this end, DC to DC charger, right? Of same one we had in the last van, same one we've got in the car. This takes alternator current from your car and pumps in 40 amps power into this. It also takes an extra solar input from the outside, so you can run a portable solar panel if you want. This one here takes all the roof panels on my solar. So I've got 720 watts of solar on the roof. This will take all those. So you might ask, why have I got a separate solar controller for both? Well, the alternator current coming into here takes priority over the solar. So which means it'll only take one input at a time. So I can be driving down the highway and have 40 amps of current coming from the DC to DC charger, and on a good day, I'll have 30 amps of current coming from the roof panels as well, which means I'll have pumping in 70 amps, you know, and I might need that if we've just free camped for a week and we're only moving 60 k's or 100 k's up the road. On a good day, I can give the van a bloody good charge on the way up there. So all this other stuff is like isolators, fuses, breakers, battery monitors, battery like relay drivers, all the advanced stuff that I really don't know too much about, but I just know it works. So anyway, and a main breaker, so you can turn everything off for in storage and stuff. The brake safe in here is, so you know what I mean, if you unhitch your van while you're driving along, your brakes will come on. And come in here and show you this. Can you swing down there, babe? The Wi-Fi. So we run the Wi-Fi anti-theft system. This one is the upgraded one, which means it's got a GPS unit in it, and it's been sort of modified and updated since the last version. But it's an alarm, so we can press a little key fob on the outside and it arms it. If anyone tries to steal it, the alarm goes off, goes bananas, the brakes come on as well, so they can't actually tow it anywhere. Love that. Swing back here, go a bit further back, and then on this side, down in here, is the big dog inverter charger. So that's a combi unit, which means it's a 120 amp AC charger and a 3000 watt inverter. So that runs our aircon, our hot water system if we want to, our electric hot plate, our microwave, the washing machine. It runs the whole bloody lot, and it can do it all at once as well. It's a kick-ass unit. Down in here, this one, babe, is the airbag man compressor. So that runs the ATX airbag suspension under there, and then you'll see, I don't know if you can see this, can you get in there, up there? Oh, this one here, yep, right. That is the Hydrostar. That's a brake controller, because we run disc brakes, so it's an electric over hydraulic booster to pull up the big 33s on disc brakes under there that it runs. Cool, righto.
That's it.
That is it, man.
All I know is it's one kick-ass system.
It is. It makes free camping and off-grid living so much easier.
It allows me to do my washing when we're free camping.
Oh, it makes everyone bloody happy.
Essential.
Just makes life easy and enjoyable when you're in a van, especially when you're living it full time like us. So there you go. That is our van, our battery system, and I'll take you around the outside as well and show you all that stuff. But
cool.
It's a kick-ass bit of gear.
I've got a camel toe.
First me condoms, now me camel toe.